What is up? What's going on? What is good, YouTube? We are back again with another One Piece review. This is for chapter 1058. I said in my live reaction, this was my favorite chapter I've ever read. I've been reading One Piece for a little over a year. This was the best chapter. I need to go find out the exact day I started reading. But this chapter was unlike any other I've ever read. I loved it so much. Like I said, 1042, 1044, they high, 1045 too. But there was not a part of this chapter I did not like. Speaking of liking, you should like this video. Before we even get into it, you already know you're coming from the content. You're gonna like what you hear. You like the chapter, I like the chapter. We're gonna talk about how much we like the chapter. So go ahead and like. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe too. First thing I want to talk about is the Cross Guild. I love the whole idea of the Cross Guild, like especially when it first came about, because I do like Buggy. I don't know why I like Buggy. He's just, when he's on the screen, it's just always funny. This chapter really emphasized that. Like, he had so many great and funny moments this chapter. Mihawk, you know, anytime we see Mihawk, we've seen him like, what, 3 times? Baratier, War, and then Training Zoro. Anytime we get to see Mihawk, I'm a big fan. So I really enjoyed that he was into it. You know, I predicted that. That's the reason why Buggy became Warlord. I mean, Yonko, because he had Mihawk under him. But to bring Crocodile into, Crocodile was in my top 3 villains before we met Kaido. So he's like number 4 now. Got a chance to move back up because I really, really appreciate Crocodile and really like Alabasta. So the fact that he's back in the story, it's all better to me. One thing I was noticed in the big panel that it had with like all of the people on Empty Island. We're talking about, oh, we're gonna leave Buggy. Buggy's crew, because it's not like really his, is stupid solid. Like, as far as Yonko crews go, I don't know if Perona was there. We did not see Perona in this chapter, or at least I didn't see Perona. She's already stupid OD, so she's on there too with Mihawk's your right hand man, Crocodile's your second division commander. Then you got Mr. 1 and Perona, Mr. 3. This crew it's solid. Like, it may not have, it's top heavy. It's definitely top heavy, but the top is very, very strong. We got Mihawk Lord this chapter. I don't know if we're ever gonna get like a full Mihawk backstory, but one thing I've always been curious about is like, why did he become a warlord, or like how did he become a warlord? I know why, because like he didn't want to be chased by Marines, but like I was always curious of how he became a warlord. In this chapter, it gives off the impression they just paid him to stop kicking their ass. Like, he was going around hunting Marines because he was the Marine hunter. I don't know why he would hunt Marines. Maybe he was just looking for someone strong to fight. It seemed like a Mihawk type of thing to do. They started paying him like, hey, please stop kicking our ass. Like, come work for us instead. And I thought that was hilarious reading back over it, because I was like, if that's really the reason why he became a warlord, hopefully we get like a proper backstory so we can see like whole interactions. That's hilarious. Crocodile, I loved the panel when he was taking out the ships, when he pulled up to save Buggy, because not only does Oda draw Crocodile using his powers, make it always look extremely cool, but it was like a throwback to, I think it was Alabasta, when we saw Ace destroy a bunch of Marine ships easily. And just made me think, like, how easy is it for Logies to just wipe out Marine fleets? I don't know if the Logies are really that powerful or if Marines are that bummy, but it was good to see. And it's all, like I said, it's great to have Crocodile back in the story. What's not great is being wrong, and I was completely wrong about Buggy's rise to power. Like, I knew Mihawk was under him, but I thought it was his idea to start posting bounties on Marines. I thought he found Captain John's treasure and was able to fund it, but no, everything was Crocodile. Crocodile got the funding, Crocodile got the idea. Buggy just advertised it, which I'm not mad at. That's what Buggy does best. Like, the dingbats that work for him, For some reason, they always believe what he says, and they make other people believe it. And that's all advertising is, helping people believe your propaganda. And Buggy's propaganda is extremely strong. It's all over the world. They are fearful, scared of him. I want to walk back to Mihawk real quick. I did want to talk about that comment about him having greater sword skill than Shanks. Seeing people running rampant on Twitter talking about just because greater sword skill doesn't make you a stronger fighter, and that is true. But right after that, it says that Mihawk is the strongest swordsman, not the greatest. It says the strongest swordsman. Shanks is known to be a swordsman. You can take that, cut it up, and be like, oh, they just meant like in a sword fight, he's the strongest. I think it means out of all the swordsmen in the One Piece world, Mihawk is the strongest. Simple as that. It will be Zoro, but right now, it is Mihawk. And I mean, I understand why you think Shanks is like that. He got crazy Wi-Fi hockey, telehockey, and all that. But from what the story's giving us, I don't have a reason to put Shanks over Mihawk. I would understand if it's true. He is a Yonko, but we got told by this chapter that your bounty does not make you a Yonko. It is your strength, your influence, and all that other stuff. And Mihawk's bounty is probably just strength alone. I don't know how much credit or like how much they boosted his bounty due to him being in cross guilds and all that. But I'm pretty sure most of that is just Mihawk's strength and his muscle. And that's why his bounty's that high. So, and that's it. Until we find out for sure, no one knows. We can debate and speculate all we want. No one knows who's stronger between the two. My money is on Mihawk, though. Kamabaka Queendom. In my live reaction, I didn't really, nothing really blew me off the page until we got to the Kuma part. But going back and rereading and watching other people's reactions, every single revolutionary is there. Bella Berry, Karasu, Morley, forgot the other dude's name. Everybody's there but Sabo. Like, he got everybody out, everyone unharmed. Sabo and a few good men, stocks are shooting up. Next chapter, we're finna get Sabo lore. Hopefully Sabo and Dragon's Bounties too. But we didn't even get the lore this chapter, and Sabo's stock is still increasing. He can't be in the manga without his stock increasing. Like, Oda has favorites. I'm starting to think Sabo is one of them. We gonna see next chapter though. I'm so ready for it. Hopefully we get that Flame Emperor bounty. Let's throw it in here. I'm predicting 2.5 though. Let's go off. And let's circle back around to the beginning of the chapter. My favorite part of the chapter. Every part of the chapter was my favorite part of the chapter. I don't know if that joke in the beginning was a joke and a gag, or if Nami really has Kakurasaki. Because it would make sense. She's able to... I mean, I know it's a trope that the female best friend of the main character is always going to be able to beat them up. But Luffy is rubber. Like, Nami literally breaks the physics of One Piece. Without Haki, you shouldn't be able to hurt Luffy. She'd be beating the hell out of him. So I'm putting my bids for Nami, the strongest woman in the verse. We can circle back around to that at a later date. I was so happy getting through the chapter and not seeing Carrot jump out of a barrel. Still gonna hold on for like 2 or 3 chapters because we still have no idea like where she's at, what she said to the Dukes. If we don't get anything about Carrot going to Zoe, being the queen of Zoe within the next chapter or 2, I'm just gonna give up hope that she's not gonna join. She'll be on the crew within like a month or so. She's not. I'm praying that she's not. If she's not, then we're all good. But I'm no longer going to be surprised if she does hop on the boat, because unless Oda was like really going strong with like we're keeping our 9 commanders, no Carrot, no Yamato, we're just gonna stick with what we got. Hopefully that's the case. Please don't tell me we left Yamato to bring Carrot. I will throw a fit. might cry on stream. But the best part of the chapter that everybody likes the best, the bounties. I really didn't have that much beef with the bounties. I seen a lot of people thinking that a lot of the numbers were off. I did appreciate the 3 million flat rate that the people who didn't do much in Onigashima got, but I don't think Frankie should have been one of those people. He got the 3 million boost from 94 million to 394. Like, I'm not big on the, oh, I beat this person with a bigger bounty, I should have a bigger bounty than them. He shouldn't have a bigger bounty than Sasaki, but he did a lot more during the raid than Brook, Nami, and Usopp. So if they're getting the flat rate, I get that. Chopper too, like he's gag bounty, so he doesn't get the 3 million, but all of them should have got like the flat rate boost. I think that Frankie should have been like 450, something like that. Like closer to Sasaki, not like over Sasaki, but he should have gotten more than just the 3 million. Even if it was like 3 million, not 3 million, 300 million. Even if it was like 320 million, still would have been better because he did more than the people who didn't do anything. I said in my, drop my dime. I said in my live reaction that I didn't know why Zoro's bounty was the way it was, but it was aesthetically pleasing. Found out that him and Sanji's bounties are based off their birthday. Sanji was born on March 2nd, and Zoro was born November 11th. So he has 1.32, 1.032, and Zoro has 1.111. I thought that was pretty cool, pretty interesting. Oda loves numbers, and he always remembers stuff like that. So I always think it's like really interesting seeing the numbers he be playing with. The last thing I want to talk about for bounties is the boy Jimbei. And I see so many Sanji fans. I'm not a Sanji fan, so seeing Sanji fans in pain kind of gives me a little bit of pleasure. I see a lot of Sanji fans complaining about how, oh, Jimbei's higher than him, Jimbei's higher than him. Jimbei has been assistant to 3 different emperors now. Been on the crew with 3 different emperors. Was a warlord for years. Free celestial dragon slaves. Been the captain of his own ship. And there was one more other thing that I completely forgot. But he, oh yeah, been a pirate for years and years and years. He deserves having a higher bounty than Sanji. If he had a higher bounty than Zoro, I wouldn't complain. He did have the second highest bounty going into the raid. It'll be hard to, you know, justify because Zoro has always been there with Luffy. The first person to join the crew, the right-hand man, was up there on the rooftop with Luffy. So it definitely makes sense Zoro got the second highest, but I wouldn't have been too surprised if Jimbei got it because he was by far, I think like almost 100 million clear of the next person on the crew before the raid started. But all in all, this was a fantastic chapter. I said in my live review, at least a 17 out of 10. I know it's not a real rating, but it deserves it. Oda was deep, deep, deep in his Duffy. And y'all should get deep in your Duffy and subscribe to the channel. Press the like button. I hope y'all enjoyed this review. If y'all have anything that you thought was big that I didn't say, leave in the comment section. If you didn't agree with anything I said, if you're a Sanji fan and you think that Sanji should have a higher bounty than Jimbei, let me know in the comments. Whatever you're thinking when you were reading this, drop a comment and let me know. I'll be hopefully dropping a video sometime this week. I know we're on break. Gonna spice it up, just do something random. Hope y'all be easy, hope y'all be safe. It's your boy Maniac the God, signing off.